Okay, let's check out the Philips CDI 370, which is a clamshell style design that has the CDI console, the digital video cartridge, speakers, and an LCD screen all built right into this. In fact, you could even use the controls directly on it in order to control the games and interactive multimedia. You could toggle the screen on and off with some brightness controls. It's got the arrow pad as well as the two buttons right there, as well as an eject for entering your CDs and games, and even a power button right on the side, right in front. I like the top loading design as it has probably less room to go wrong because there's less moving parts like ejection trays, but overall let's take a look at the rest of the unit. On the side there's a headphone jack with volume control, and if the headphones aren't plugged in, the volume control the speakers in front. It's got a controller input, left and right audio, as well as composite and S-video. The rear has an AV in port, which I don't have an adapter for, but I think that allows you to feed video signals right into it to essentially use it as like a portable TV of sorts. Then there's the insertable battery right there for gaming on the go, and this one's a little bit beat up, so I haven't really gamed with it in, and it kind of gets a little stuck trying to get it out. You kind of have to just wiggle it around a little bit, but overall I love that it's got a battery-powered design in it too. Switching over to the other side, it has another input for, I'm guessing, a second controller, as well as a PAL and NTSC switch for the video outputs. I don't think that would affect the built-in LCD screen at all. And then, of course, it just has some manufacturer dates and other info on the bottom. Okay, so let's plug this thing in, turn it on, and see what we find. Of course, we start by just plugging in the power supply, which is odd. It's 21 volts, 1.7 amps. And the DIN connector it uses looks kind of close to video connectors, so be very careful if you have one of these, making sure that you plug the right thing into the right jack, otherwise you don't want to send voltage to video or something like that. But plug in the external power supply, which is universal, so you could just use whatever pigtail to plug it right into your wall, and then hit the power button, and it boots similar to an original CDI, just with a slightly different screen. There's, of course, a brightness control right there, so you could choose how the screen looks. And I'm trying to get it in focus for this video. I'll have a better close-up of the screen later, but this should be good enough for now. But you can see how it's using the front controls almost like a virtual D-pad mouse, kind of like if you connect a controller to the CDI. And you kind of go through and check out any settings it has. I'm sure time and date won't be kept in this unless you have the battery plugged in all the time with a charge to it. So I'm wondering if this is going to have timekeeper issues like the rest of the CDIs. But other than that, it's pretty much just basic settings and things that you would expect in any other menu. And once again, all the controls are right here on the CDI. So while I would not want to play a game this way, it is pretty cool to be able to set up and just kind of get started without plugging the controller in yet. So, of course, I have to demo Thunder in Paradise, my favorite game on the platform, and I want to check out how it looks on this screen as well. So as soon as we start playing, I'll drop off and just kind of have you listen to the front speakers on this thing. I'm only using my camera's mic, so it's not going to be excellent, but you can get a basic idea of what it's like, and it's kind of decent quality, all things considered. So I hope to do a live stream with this thing soon, but this is absolutely incredible and something that I would love for my own personal collection, but this one's going to a friend. So let me drop off and say goodbye for now and let you listen to the opening of Thunder in Paradise. Hey, what's up everybody? So here I am with the CDI 370 and a bunch of new stuff that I wanted to try out, and I want to do it with all of you live, so if I mess up then you all get to point and laugh, but hopefully this will all go pretty easily. I have a couple friends standing by for help, which is going to be very appreciated in case I run into any issues. But I guess let's just kind of get started. Just let me know if my microphone is any good or good, bad, any of that other stuff. But yeah, anyway, let's try it out. So we have the Bluetooth adapter right here. And supposedly, Daniel said the live video audio is already is always half the volume of your videos, even the pre-recorded part. Well, I tried to get the pre-recorded part to match this, so you all wouldn't have like it really loud and then have to crank your volume or vice versa. And that's because of post-processing, the magics of what you could do with audio afterwards. But yeah, I have a boom mic here, which is I don't have something jammed in my face like last time, but it's not as loud. But I'm going to take the CDI adapter, and I would also like to just read off the website here. Where was it? I just the link is in the description for exactly what this is, and if you click on the main project site, it says the CDI Bluetooth module is as simple as plugging in the cable to the box, put your controller into pairing mode, and you're ready to play. So let's see if that's true. There's a switch on here that is not labeled. And in that page, there was not a documentation at all of what to do. And I have an 8BitDo SN30 Pro controller that I could put in Switch Pro mode. So let's just kind of see. Audie, good to see you, my friend. If you're bored, jump on. I could just add you right to the stream if you'd like. So I think, let me just double check here. The SN30 Pro says press Y plus start to turn on the controller into switch mode. So maybe that's going to be the same thing. And then hit the pairing button. And this is right next to it. The lights are on, lights are blinking. Maybe I flick the switch on it. Nothing so far. The lights are just blinking. So, are there other instructions on the website other than that? Check the fact page for info about the switch. It's the switch between CDI power or USB power. Okay. The FAQ was not linked on any of the page right here. So let me click on the all-in-one solution. Additional information, meta information. Oh, okay, I see it in the lower left-hand corner. What's the switch for? The switch on the module is to, with respect to the team who runs that page, you should put the link to that everywhere and a little bit bigger. But anyway, switch on the module is to switch between receiving power from USB or the CDI itself. I'm assuming that since the lights are lit, that the CDI should be good enough. Using USB power is recommended when connecting the module to a PC for flashing, firmware, or debugging. That makes sense. Connect the module to the CDI with the mini to NAT cable. Put your controller into pairing mode and turn on the CDI. You'll see two lights. One green means it's powered on. If you do not see it, change the switch to be on. If you don't see it, change it to be on CDI power. And the second LED is orange and will blink when looking for the first controller. It'll stop blinking when the pairing was successful. So I believe this should work because it's a Switch Pro controller. So that was pretty much it. Am I missing anything, team? Is the Audie's at work with me on the second monitor. Damn it, Audie. I miss you, buddy. Justin, the hardware was shown in the opening, but I will show it a little bit more after. I want to get the controller hooked up. I'm really looking forward to playing Nobelia. If I'm not saying that right, please let me know. But let's try this first. All right, in Switch mode or Android mode should work. So start in Y. You see it scanning. And then I'm going to hold down the pairing. next to this, and it's still kind of scanning. Oh, we're connected. Oh, okay. So, shout out to the team. It really is that easy. Excellent job. So you could use the analog stick, and that's pretty neat. Or you could use the D-pad, and it's a little slow, but, you know, that's kind of perfect. Oh, I like it. All right. Well, so we've proven a couple of things, that this works exactly as it's supposed to, which I didn't doubt it, but, you know, anybody who's followed my live streams before have seen disaster sometimes in the beginning. We've proved that this 8BitDo SN30 controller can pair nicely with it. And, yeah, okay. And we proved that it works with the 370, which I know there's some compatibility with some random models. So I guess now we're just going to jump into trying to see what the game is like. And I'm excited because this thing, I get to open it live on camera here. I'm really excited. So TWBurn made this game. I bought the physical version. This is mine. The CDI is not, by the way. A couple of people made some interesting comments about how I could afford all this stuff I've been showing lately. None of it's mine. The CDI is not mine. The D24 is not mine. The A20 is not mine. So I'm lucky enough to have amazing friends. So let's open this up. I'm excited for this. Okay. Well, let me get the chat thing out of the way so I can read it. Marty designed this because they missed the analog stick on CDI. Okay. Well, I think that was awesome. So, I'm always so nervous opening a new game because it's just like, it's pretty and I don't want to, I don't want to mess it up, but this one was designed to be played. So it's got very cool artwork on the back. I'm streaming with just my webcam because I don't have a dual input capture card anymore, and obviously the other inputs, the RetroTink 5X with this. So let's open it up here. I guess I'll show one page at a time. Come on, get in focus. There we go. It's very Zelda-esque. I like it. And then, of course, this opens up to... That is nice. Let me show that last page with the locations. Very cool. Yeah, Raceroni. That's exactly the comments that people were making. Exactly in every way. The only other thing, too, I just realized I didn't trim my webcam. Give me 1 second here. One of the downsides of doing the weird stuff that I do is that I can't just have like a basic template for live streams, because every time I do something, I do some weird different thing. So I have to like reset it each time live, which is cool, but kind of must be boring for people watching. My apologies. All right, we're a little bit tighter here. Okay, so TWBurn says it is a Zelda Bomberman crossover. TW, just to let you know, I've emailed you a bunch of times and it always bounces back. But all your emails come through, but whenever I hit reply to that email, it just says, I get those like daily emails about how that never went through because of a server error. So I'm not sure if you're missing a bunch of correspondence with people, but yeah, it looks cool. All right. Does the 370 also have the timing chip battery issue that the previous models have? So this is the first time actually using this, other than, the 2 social media posts I made. But as far as I know, with this one, I may have flubbed a line in the opening here, but I think you just need to put like a standard watch battery in the bottom, and that takes care of everything. I don't think it has the timekeeper chip, which is great, so that way you don't have to mess with it. Oh, Mr. Me6 confirmed. Okay. Now, I don't know how loud this is going to be, so I'm going to start with the volume down and kind of raise it as we go. Oh. It's going through the speakers there, so it's... Okay, everybody let me know if the audio is balanced properly. Alright, perfect. We got a title screen with some audio on it. How's this sound? Too loud? Ooh, the audio does seem to be cutting out a little bit. The audio is oddly choppy for me. Yeah. Make sure. Here we go. So I had a filter on my microphone to cut it out. I have a filter on the mic for me, my voice, but I guess it was also being applied to the game as well. Let me turn off my fan just to make it a little less noisy. Okay, cool. Well, TW, I'm really glad that just turned out to be a filter and I wasn't about to demo your game with broken audio or something. Well, let's do instructions. Place bomb, trigger magic, perform action, pause game. Okay. So let's go try this out, and then we'll play this for a little bit. And then I would also like to help the help of the CDI wizards in the chat, because I have a stack of CDRs that don't work, or a bunch of stuff that I wanted to try, and I saw TW posting before in there, so hopefully we can kind of figure out what works and what doesn't, and maybe kind of help for people that want to try CDI games. Because while I do love collecting the games that I actually like, I don't see the point in buying a game just to find out I don't like it at all. So I do like to try before I buy. If you think that's hypocritical, go on Classic Gaming Discord and talk about it. The controls feel very much like a CDI game, and that is not a shot at TW. This is it's kind of very laggy like every other CDI game I've ever played. Okay. Yeah, this does look very nice. Yeah, I'm finding that I did like it better with the D-pad, but that's absolutely perfect, and that's why I'm really happy and think you did an excellent job with the Bluetooth adapter, because this you know, now I could have both. Okay, I'm starting to see where to go. The controller runs at 40 frames per second, but the CDI is at either 50 or 60, so it's always laggy. Yeah, that's not your fault, TW. Welcome to the high-tech world of an interactive multimedia console. Okay, I died, but it's not sending me all the way back to my house at the beginning of the game. It's just restarting the level. That's great. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out where to... I think I gotta run around and get to the other spot. So... Oh, no. Ah, darn. CDI input is way slower than Bluetooth. That's what's delaying the mouse support. Oh wow, that's crazy. Oh yeah, I'm getting used to this. It's taking a minute. PS1 freak, old consoles, depending on the game, but mostly had really low polling rates. But the CDI was always notorious for just being super laggy. Oh, damn, I should have waited in the other spot. SNES had super high polling rates? Really? I mean, I know a lot of the fighting games felt a little stickier than the Genesis, but I didn't realize they were super high. Ooh. I wonder if this built-in LCD screen's got latency on it. For a rib, we should do something for charity that forces Bob to play through the Zelda games. I don't know. I'd rather just donate my time doing something else. There's some good games on the CDI. I genuinely liked Thunder in Paradise. I almost said I genuinely liked wrestling with gaming. I just associate you hell with all this stuff, but I actually really liked that game. Okay, made it. Music on this is really great. Kind of spooky, kind of atmospheric. Well done. TW, did you write all the music for this as well? Like write it from scratch and turn it into CD audio? Or was this tracks that you got somewhere else? Thunder in Paradise has a certain so bad it's good charm. Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of like, but it is still kind of a good game. Like, some of the acting's a little bit bad, but like, I don't think anybody ever thought JT from Step by Step was going to be the next, you know, the next Johnny Depp or somebody like that. The only thing about it that annoys me is that part at the beginning. That just kind of stinks, but got it from a music pack. Ah, makes sense. Still good music, excellent choice. So if I get bombs, I can't activate these other things then? Hey, what's up, Beast? Good to see you, man. And also, most of the graphics are from an open source pack adapted by you. Oh, very cool. Well, you know, you certainly made excellent use of them, that's for sure. Bomb sprite TW made from scratch. Okay, cool. Ah, okay. I gotta play on this one carefully. I already activated those switches. They could be toggle only ones. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Ooh, that was cheap. I keep timing that wrong. Because it's interesting, you get a time when you run, but you also have to time around the controller input. Kind of like Blackthorn. Anybody ever played that for, or Prince of Persia, I guess? It doesn't react like Sonic or Mario. It reacts where you kind of have to plan your button pushes for everything. Okay. There. Cool. Okay. So this loops back around. That's the same room I was in before, the same maze room. But everything's already opened up. So now I can go in the opposite direction. Alright, I gotcha. This is one of those games, too, that I imagine if once I get used to this, I'm going to kind of laugh at how long I'm taking to figure out the first parts, but it's part of the fun of stuff like this. And I believe TW said that they were speedrunning it with a few other people as well, so I completely see that. Now, I'm going to just guess here, based on my old man Zelda knowledge. Yes! Good guess. Okay, very cool. Can I just bomb that as well? No. I gotta say, it is always a little more nerve-wracking playing a game with a developer, like, here hanging out. Because there was a couple times when I was playing Nicole's game with her that I got, you know, like, not only is it a live stream where people are watching, but now the developer's watching me, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to screw up. TW said there's even speedrun times built in, no other scoring system. So that makes sense. You see it right there in the upper left. So, according to the manual, that was a golden coin. Very cool. According to Legends, 7 of these are hidden. That's why I love physical media. It's just so cool to be able to flip this open and have all the writing right there. Stood too close to my own bomb. And it seems almost like bombs are unlimited. So that just seems like a hole that I would fall into, or no, we can't even go in. Alright, cool. You know, I do owe you an apology, TW. But before I started the live stream, I went to link to the RetroRGB article promoting this game, and I couldn't find it. I may have forgotten to write this up. I think my thought might have been, let me wait till I get the game and do something like this, and that way I can have some more thoughts to it. But I just forgot. So if I'll research, you know, search again when I'm done. And if I hadn't written a post, I'll do it right after this because this is cool. But I mean, at the same time, I'm almost kind of glad that I waited, just because now I get to add my thoughts on it and talk about how much I'm really digging this. So yeah, good thing lives are unlimited. Try to blow through this real quick now. Oh, exploding barrel. Was that in the, was right there in the manual. Exploding barrel. Explosive barrel. Okay. Oh, so this is interesting, because... Oh, it grew back, so I don't think I'll be able to plant that there. Okay. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Christopher, this is a brand new game made by TWBurn, who's in the chat right now. This is interesting. Alright, so I do have to go back out. Hey, what's up, Lou? Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, can you imagine this game coming out back in the day and Philips using the Zelda license for it? Would have been a killer app. Yeah, absolutely. They could have done something unique with it, like, you know, like Zelda Bomberman style, just like you were, you know, like your description for this was. Nice. I didn't die that time. Alright. That's very Zelda-y. Turning up in the middle of an island by going through something like that. That's cool. I dig that. Definitely. Audie says there were games somewhat similar to this, like Demo's Quest on the CDI back in the day, that actually ran at a respectable frame rate at all. But Nobelia is more fun to play still. Yeah, agreed, Audie. This is cool. TW said it's kind of an accident that it turned out this way. They first wanted to make a different kind of game, but decided that they'd start with something a bit simpler like Bomberman. However, they couldn't find a proper sprite set, but they really did like this one, so they ended up making a mashup. Yeah, so far so good. This is, you know, this is one of those things where I imagine if it was like, you know, if you had a sword and you were running around slashing stuff, it might be a little bit, you know, it might be something that could kind of play a little more into Zelda, but this is cool too, because it also utilizes the uniqueness of the CDI's controller lag to actually make it so that it makes sense for this type of game. Nice. So for this, I find myself like single hit. So rather than like a Zelda game where you just kind of fluidly move around, I'm like, okay, I need to go 2 down, and then, you know, drop the bomb, go 1 back, down, down, left. I think that's kind of the only way around the CDI's interesting controller. Oh, neat. I don't remember playing Demo's Quest, or maybe I did for a second during one of these streams. Raceroni, Zelda plus Bomberman isn't a combo they would have imagined right off the bat, but then when you see it, you're like, oh, duh, this definitely seems like a natural fusion. Yeah, absolutely. No way I'll be able to do that. getting interesting. When in doubt, blow a bunch of shit up, see what happens. The S-video output of this looks pretty good on the stream. I'm definitely digging it. Ah, I moved at the last second. So I think the only way out of this is to try clearing a path and running, maybe? No, ah, damn. Alright, TW. Am I doing this right? Or am I just making an ass of myself in front of everybody? Okay, there's water, so I can't put the bomb in. Oh, wait. Okay. So that little device allows you to delay everything. Oh, okay. So let me check the manual here. That could have been the Tome of Pyro, which allows bombs to be set off remotely. Interesting. There's a map right here, too. This is cool. Alright, so I just got a bomb upgrade. Nice. Alright, so let's see where I'm gonna go with this thing. So that way I can place the bomb and then not have to worry about running away right afterwards. Getting a little puzzly here. Well, hey. That's right. Neat. This is the ideal music to relax and play CDI in the late evening. Yep. Interesting. Because I don't think there's any way to do this without dying. So, yeah. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. So we can't go in the other direction. That's where I came in, right? I already hit that one. Yeah, so that was because I couldn't place the bomb in the water, which is why I had to come over all through there. Alright, Any kind of secrets up here? Okay, so I got the Crimson Cape, which provides protection from fire. Alright. Continue. I guess I get hit by a ghost too, but I'll go back in there and re-cape myself. Interesting, so you can't activate the bombs while you're running. So like I gotta place this. Stop and trigger it. Is it supposed to spawn right on top of me? Alright, I guess I gotta just grab it and run. So it doesn't seem to be anything over here. Okay. I get it now. I think I get it. shit. Alright, good. So if this protection from fire means I don't get hurt by the bombs... Oh, okay, I have a limited amount. Provides protection from fire, so not infinite, I guess. Alright, so I went up there. I need to find how to get up here. Let's go back around. Oh, that's what that does. Okay, that makes sense. Digging it. It regenerates as long as the dress is red. That works. Okay. Okay. So, if it's not too spoilery, about how far along the game am I? Am I close to finishing it? Am I just starting out? Just to kind of get a sense of where I'm at. About a quarter through. Okay. And does this game allow to save and come back to it? Ooh, off myself. Because I'm really digging this game, but maybe if anybody in the chat wants to help out, I could try burning a different game to play after this. I can't stream. Oh, no, I got extra time actually. So let me just double check the CDI games I have here. So Lucky Luke, I've never played. I've never played Mutant Rampage Body Slam, and I both have the European editions with bin and Q files. Or the Mutant Rampage Body Slam, I have a bin and Q file. The bin is 645 megs. Lucky Luke, I have two versions. One is a CCD and image file, and the other one is CCDQ image sub. Not sure why I need 4 of those. Christmas Crisis is a bin and queue. I also have the whole redump set, if that helps. Oddly enough, Lucky Luke wasn't in there. Must have been in a much older one. And then I have a couple of random things here. So if anybody has any suggestions for that. So TW said it saves each time you leave the screen. That's awesome. Was that in the manual and I just completely missed it? Passable. Well, that's a very cool feature. Okay, so I have to download Clone CD then, if I want to do that. So let me just leave this paused for a moment, see what I got, and that way I could have a disc burn while I'm still playing here, if I even have it. No, I think that's something I gotta download then. I'd ask Audie, but he'd probably send me the wrong one on purpose just to make an ass of myself. So, Red Fox Clone CD. Um, is that what you all suggest? And this is an evaluation version of copyrighted software. 21 of 21 trial days remaining. All right, got your Clone CD. Write from image file. Seems about as straightforward as you could get. I'm going to go with Mutant Rampage Body Slam because I've always wanted to play this. Genovi got me convinced it's a game worth playing. Excuse me if I have my doubts. Oh, Clone CD is one of those things where you have to use a GUI. You can't just drop in your thing. All right, that's gonna take a minute. So, Mr. Me6 said a number of CDI ready games will only work on real hardware when the dump and burn were both made with Clone CD. That makes sense because what I remember from our last stream, where a bunch of you awesome people were helping me out, was that certain ones like Thunder in Paradise just burn as a regular game, but some of the games also have data on it that may or may not work. So like if it's burned to it, it'll burn as an audio CD because the data track isn't done properly. So it has to be ripped and burned with that. So let me shortcut. It's easier here. Perfect. Okay. And let me just grab a blank CD real quick. I got one right here. These were listed as Tayo Yudins when I bought them, and I don't think they are. So let's see. This is perfect. Give my back a little break from sitting. So, copy from image file to CD writer. It is not allowing me. So I selected the Q file, and it's not giving me an opportunity to hit next. Interesting. So I guess I could instead try to find one with the CCD file. That worked. As soon as I found Christmas Crisis with the CCD file, it gave me an option. And then I'm assuming that I should select data CD when burning, not audio CD, not game CD, not multimedia audio CD. Marcus, do I get that new electronic smell when I'm surrounded by this much tech, or has it disappeared? Um, I don't know. I'm kind of OCD. I vacuum my room like 3 times a week, so and I have my windows open, so it just smells like fresh air and clean to me, to be honest with you. Indeed, data CD. Okay, well, I'm going to try letting this one go. I'll let that burn. I'm going to continue to play the game for a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete this one. Oh, I should have paused it so the timer wasn't clicking down. That stinks. But yeah, let me burn that other one. Let's try a couple of CDRs after this, and then I'll come back to this. The other thing I guess I do want to show is the entire time I've been playing with... Oh, not knock anything over. With that, I've been gaming on this screen, and it has been such a very cool experience. It's sharp, it looks good. This is, I think there's one of these versions with RGB output too. I think that would be my dream CDI console. Not realistic, but you know, if I ever stumbled across one of those at a Goodwill because somebody thought it was a portable DVD player, I would absolutely snatch that up. My friend Justin, aka Goodwill Hunter, gave me a CDI 220 edition. I forgot the exact model, but in fact, I think that one was one of the ones that had some compatibility issues with the controller adapter, so I should try it on that too. But this is really cool. This is, if you ever have an opportunity to play on one of these portable CDIs, do it. The screen is neat. It's clear. And it's just such a weird and different experience. So, all right. We walk around for a few more minutes and then wait for those CDs to burn, and we'll try some experimenting. Because this can't be a RetroRGB stream unless we mess with something weird. Oh, wait. Mr. Me said they have a 3DI, geez, a CDI 350 with RGB output, but they have major capacitor leaking issues and timekeeper issues. The screen on the 350 is also not great. Well, what do you all think? Because this is S-video output running into the RetroTink 5X, and I think it looks really good. I mean, I'm also looking at it through OBS's screen scaled here, so that maybe let me try making the live stream full screen. Yeah, that does look very good. So I certainly don't think you need RGB output, but I'm glad my friend ended up with a 370 then, because it seems like that would be the better one overall. Oh, look at that. Oh, well, that's tricky. Yeah, the music stopped playing. I wonder what that is. Oh, I just shot myself. I was too busy having fun running around. Oops. Christopher, why do I suddenly want to play Bomberman on the PC Engine? Yeah, I mean, this definitely has awesome Bomberman vibes. Oop. Ah, almost. Almost. that's what I missed last time. Okay. Oops, wrong one. Oh, damn CDI input lag. I had it all the way around. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can blow through this one again. Yeah, see. Very cool game, but this is where it starts to get really challenging with the laggy controller like the CDIs. Ah, I just tried to hide right up at the top of the screen. Can I just walk over now? Alright, good. Alright. Did I just go the wrong spot? Yeah, you almost have to start moving the controller before anything happens. So, like, bomb, and then I walked basically right into the bullet, but the controller reacted slower, so I was able to get around that. But I went up here. See what screen I'm on here. So I flipped that switch. So, okay, so I have to go back and over a screen. That's what I was mistaken about. Alright. And if anybody, oh, I did that. It's totally my fault. If anybody has a link to Mutant Rampage Body Slam and maybe a CCD file or something else, just in case I can't get the one I have working, I still just really want to try that game. Come on. Alright. Good. Okay, so go back here, and then I go to the screen on the right. That's the... For some reason, I thought this log up here was the one that I had just moved, but nope, it's back over here. So this is the screen I think I was just looking at with the switch at the bottom. Yeah, here we go. Cool. Yeah, Steve, the game audio seems to have cut out. I mean, it happens sometimes on CD-based consoles, but, you know, I don't want to restart it. Actually, you know, so here's what I'm going to try. Since it supposedly saves between every level, let me do a couple things. Let me power off the CDI. Let me power off the controller. Take a minute. Okay. So there is no power going to this Bluetooth adapter. Thanks, Mr. Me. I'm going to power the CDI back on. I'm going to power the controller back on, and let's see if everything repairs and comes right back up. Yeah. Well, shit. Good job with the Bluetooth adapter. Okay, I have a Mutant Rampage Body Slam coming up at some point. So, I'm just going to go right into continue. So, I'm able to continue with all of my stuff, but it has to, but I still have to go back and find where I was in the previous screen. Which is totally fair. Okay. So do I have to go back and go through everything again and undo the latch in order to get to that? So I have all my stuff, but I basically have to pick up where I left off from the last couple of screens, right? It was kind of the only way they could implement the save feature. All right, that makes sense. And then I would have to go back and do this again. All right, well, you know what? Let's try, I loved this one, but let's try a couple other games real quick, and then see what time it is. But, all right, so let's try this one. And if this works, I will burn Mutant Rampage Body Slam as well. Alright, so when I powered off the CDI, the controller turned itself off because it must have gotten the whole... But then it just synced right back up. This is awesome. This is exactly what every CDI fan would have wanted in a Bluetooth adapter. Most CDI players only have 8 kilobytes of storage for save games. Oof, that stinks. I'm just queuing up Mutant Rampage as well. So that download, when I load it into Clone CD, I click on the CCD file, and it says error opening file Mutant Rampage body slam.image. The system can't find the file specified. Yahel's working. I would have expected him to be here, Shadow Mask, but he was working apparently, so. That one's best burned with either CDR Win or Nero. I haven't used Nero in 15 years. We try to get CDR Win. Just installed that. CDR Win. So I would go for data. I haven't used CDR Win in about 10 years, so kind of taking me a minute to figure out which one to go to. So, new compilation. No, so it wasn't data. Oh, just the basic copy disk. Okay. Select an image file. All right, gotcha. That's, I'm getting a failure on that one as well. Yep, that's the exact version of CDR Win I just downloaded. Well, let's play this for a moment and then we'll test what else we got. Hey, Mad, how's it going? Think we'll ever see a Mr. Core? Well, there's a lot of chips that are in the CDI that have already been, you know, that are kind of the same as others, but the digital video cartridge, I think, if I'm not mistaken, would be the hard part, because that one you'd have to, I don't think anybody's ever reverse engineered one of those on a hardware level like that. So that would be a little tricky. This is kind of a fun, silly platformer. This is kind of funny. Yeah, Mr. Me, if you happen to be in front of your computer and you have a moment, just give that a shot on your computer, because I wasn't able to I wasn't able to get that to burn. This is kind of funny for a CDI game, because it's responsive enough. I wish Audie's still here. I think like this is what he. I imagine this is what Audie pictures Americans being like: bunch of cowboy hat wearing people yelling "darn," shooting at things. Audie's been to the U.S. I'm just busting chops. All right, so let me try some old CDRs that I have here that I wasn't sure if they worked or not. Thunder definitely worked, but here's one from the last time I tried that failed. And I'll just keep trying them until we can get Mutant Rampage Body Slam to work. Marcus, there was a Lucky Luke game on PlayStation? I did not know that. I'm just gonna grab a Sharpie real quick so I could write down that other one. Wow, okay. Did this not work on my other CDI? Or maybe this is what happened. It just kind of froze in place. No. It's just slow to go. Okay. Digging it. Let's see what we got. It's just a really slow loading process, but it seems to be working. The laser's moving. It's spinning. I'll just be patient for a moment. Yeah, it could just be... could be the laser. But I mean, Lucky Luke fired right up, and while I do own Thunder in Paradise, thanks to an awesome member of the CDI community, I tested it with CDR as well, just to make sure, and that worked. Note, there is a digital video card in this one, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to play Thunder. Okay, so that's a no-go. Or if it is, or maybe it is working, but it's just the laser. But I mean, let me just to show. Just got Thunder. Comatron, when this stream is over, go back and watch the opening few minutes, or just go to my Instagram page now, and it shows everything of what a CDI 370 is. Yeah, see? Digital video cartridge, laser spinning. So, while we're trying to figure out Mutant Rampage, let me just throw some of these in and see what the heck they are, if anything. And if anybody has any other ideas for burning that Mutant Rampage, then please let me know. Alright, so that thinks it's an audio disc, whatever that was. Garbage. Yeah, Comatron, the CDI is mostly these giant things with tray loading. So well, this isn't... we've done other CDI streams. Held from Wrestling with Gaming and I did one. It's really cool. This is more just checking out this weird little piece of hardware and trying to figure out... oh boy, here we go. Bots again. There we go. All right. Oh, look at this. Nobelia demo. Don't need that anymore. Bought the game. I don't even remember what this is. Maybe this was another one that froze after boot, like Mutant Rampage. That's what it's looking like. Yep. Don't even know what that is, but yep. TW said the demo levels are even included on the full version as a bonus Easter egg. That's really cool. Did I play this on one of the last streams? I don't remember it. An odd platformer. Kind of weird and interesting. I wonder why it's windowed. Huh. Was that like... Oh, okay. Well, this game is exactly what I expected it to be. I want to try Mutant Rampage and call it a day, because this is definitely not a great game. Alright. That's weird, but whatever. We get to try it out. That was Christmas Crisis. Definitely some kind of freaking crisis. Alright, so... let me see what else I have and what other tools I have. And let's just try Mutant Rampage Body Slam, so I could finally get to try this game that I'm probably not going to like anyway, but it's good enough for Genovi. I got to at least give it a try. TW said physics are certainly interesting in that game, possibly to allow for scrolling. That makes sense. Yeah, Astrodome Kid, that's exactly what this is. It even has a battery pack attachment. Check out the beginning of this stream or just the video on my Instagram or Facebook page for it. All right, so let me try Nero then. Uh, let's. I believe I have a version from a million years ago. I have Nero Portable, in fact. Nero 18 Portable. So let's see if I can get that to work. For the record, I've bought Nero so many times back in the early to late 2000s. I have no problem with whatever the heck version I have here, because I definitely bought it at least once, but then also for companies I was at too. So Nero Express Portable. Record a disc from image. Mutant Rampage Body Slam. Getting a cannot open file for the Q file. I'm just going to disk image or save project, record a disk from disk image previously burned onto the hard drive, and then it's looking for, well, let me try all files. Maybe the, I have another version of Mutant Rampage. Maybe that'll work. See what happens here. Anything else? TW, thank you so much for swinging by, and thank you for this awesome game. I will have this written up ASAP. This is very cool. Thank you so much for jumping on here as well. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. I like the game a lot. I'm definitely going to keep playing that on my own after the stream's over. And we're pretty much wrapping up here anyway. I just want to see what Mutant Rampage is like. 2 minutes left to try Nero with a different version I had. Hey, what's up, Ronnie? Ronnie's impressed by the sound quality of the console. If they ever get a CDI, they'll use it as a CD player. I gotta check that out here, because that's I know I'm getting a little bit off topic, but one of the things that I've been working on is trying to figure out the best ways to listen to certain types of music. And CDs have been an issue, because if I go all digital, so a really good player that can do source direct, then it's 100% relying on your amp's digital to analog conversion. And sometimes digital sources, you have to apply digital filters, at least on the amp I have. So I've been kind of wondering if I get a CD player that has a decent preamp built in, because technically everything has to have a preamp. I wonder if that would improve it, but I never tried the CDI, so that's pretty interesting. Just about a minute left. Nero 6 opened it for him. Alright, well, you know what? I'll try this, and if that doesn't work, I'll try one more. Then we'll just call it. The only other thing I'd like to try at some point, probably not today though, is I haven't played the Seventh Guest in so long. I think it would be pretty neat. I think that would be something I'd like to try on the CDI, but I think maybe I'll just use that as an excuse. So whenever Bluetooth mouse support is added to that adapter, that's when I'll do that stream, just as another excuse to get in front and play a game. So I actually don't have time to play games that often unless I'm streaming them. Okay, it's already seems faster.
The year is 26.
I think we may have gotten it because it's working a lot faster. Yeah, okay. Sorry, Marty. Is that the proper way to pronounce your name, Marty? Or is that just a dumb American's interpretation of it? Because, you know, fair enough if it is. Something else supposed to be happening here? No, here we are. Holy crap, I'm playing Mutant Rampage Body Slam. This isn't terrible. Holy crap. Well, my apologies for pronouncing your name wrong. It's kind of funny because I do try really hard to get people's names right, but I couldn't possibly give a shit if somebody gets my name wrong. As long as the intent is there, right? Like, you could get my name wrong and still sound like an asshole. Like, you could be like, Bob. I'm like, you technically said my name, but in a douchey way. So, as long as people don't do it that way, I don't really care what people call me. Smarties are kind of chalky candy. Yeah, exactly. It's like pure sugar encased in circles. Like, you could feel your teeth just rotting out as you bite into them, but somehow they're still kind of good. I don't eat it very often. Mad, check out RAFNet. I don't know if that's one of the ones that RAFNet has, but RAF has a whole bunch of different types of adapters. Does anyone get the name Bob wrong? You'd be surprised. To the point where when I, like, my, the birth name is Robert, I still don't understand how it goes from Robert to Bob. I looked it up once, and I guess in like the 20s, 30s, and 40s, a bunch of people just started making up names for people, and it stuck. It actually really is that dumb, but it got to the point where when I'm like in line and they ask for your name, I just say Robert, because I think Bob is so short that people are just like, I don't know what you're saying. I think Genovi's take on this was perfect. It's not the world's best beat-em-up game, but there's nothing really wrong with this one. Like, if somebody handed me this and a copy of Streets of Rage 2, no disrespect, I'd play in Streets of Rage 2. Or like Turtles or X-Men or something, but there's nothing wrong with this. Yeah, Richard to Dick. There's a whole bunch of really weird ones that don't make any sense. Like Peggy. Maybe play the Terminator 2 theme before wrapping up. Ah, that's awesome. That's still one of my favorite things I've done since I started RetroRGB, including the freaking album that I put out. The drums probably sound better. Well, anybody have any questions before I wrap this up? I'm just going to be playing this game for a few more minutes. So anybody have any questions about the CDI, the setup? Anybody want to see anything? This has been fun. This little CDI is incredible. I don't know if I would tell people Actually, to be clear, so if you're looking to experience the CDI, get the cheapest one you could find that's working, and get a controller adapter. TW had a bunch of other ones. I had them here as backups, but TW made a bunch of these a while back that are great. And the Bluetooth one I just showed, if you like to use Bluetooth controllers, that's fine. And because it's the CDI, you don't have to worry about controller lag, because there already is plenty in the CDI. As we were talking about before, apparently the lag on the CDI is laggier than most average Bluetooth solutions. Which is, so. And I guess the last question for any CDI fans watching, there's no way to move your save game data from one thing to another. It's not like any of the cartridges for Sega CD or Saturn. You're just completely stuck. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't have that much time to play, so I need to kind of force myself to do live streams in order to actually play video games. So basically, whenever there is a new product or a new game for the CDI, that is my excuse. Or if Yahel just wants to get drunk, put on a robe, and drink wine with me, that's also fine too.
The free radicals just knock the socks off the naturals. Petro, you saw the fight. What's your analysis?
Humans are gonna get beat, Elwolf! These guys fight like some limp fish! It's like sickening!
I can't. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Alright, so I think we're going to call it. Oh, Mr. Me6 said you could move save games using a serial cable and a PC, but it's very involved to do so. Thank you. Okay. So this is awesome. The only thing that I'm definitely going to show one more time before I go, carefully so I don't knock everything over on my desk here. This has been absolutely nuts. I love the screen. Damn reflections. The screen is so cool. It's like playing on it's like playing on a Game Boy Advance SP. It's basically the quality of it. I mean, it's really good. I'm wondering even the resolution of this thing too. I bet you it's a 320 by 240 resolution screen, because it looks perfect. Marcus, I don't know if this game is using the video cartridge, but it's definitely built into the 370. I'm gonna leave a link here for anybody curious. But Mr. Me6 has just left a link to how you could transfer save game files if you want to. So, well, this was absolutely awesome. I didn't expect to have time to do this today, but a project finished a little early, and I don't have to start another one for another hour. So this was awesome. So I just wanted to thank everybody for joining me with these when I do these. They're so much more fun when I'm hanging out with people doing them. So thank you all. And of course, please check out the post linked for the CDI Bluetooth adapter. I will, as soon as I'm done with this, write up a very quick post for Nobelia. This was very cool. This was Bomberman in the Zelda universe, I guess. In the top-down Zelda universe. Best way to describe that, but that was cool. And at the moment, if you're looking for mouse support for a CDI, and I'll update the links here too as well, but if you're looking for mouse support for a CDI, TWBurn had adapters that I bought a couple years ago now that worked perfectly. There was no setup. You just plugged your USB mouse into this and that's it. And I bought a controller version of it that didn't quite work, so I've been waiting for TW to come back so I could update this with the mouse firmware and give this one to Yahel. So, so thank you all very much. You are all freaking